1994. Now, while math was my nemesis, I had Saturday morning cartoons on my Super Nintendo. Little did I know that there would be a new console coming soon. One game I played that looked like no other was Donkey Kong Country. This game looks so beautiful and I really enjoyed it, and after many sequels, we never got another Donkey Kong Country game. But in 2010, Rare Studios and Nintendo finally came out with Donkey Kong Country for the Nintendo Wii. The problem is I don't own a Wii, so I never really got to play it to the fullest like I wanted to. But it was cool because, the reason why I'm doing this review is because in 2013, Nintendo remade Donkey Kong Country Returns and put it on the 3DS. Now, I remember seeing this game in 2010 and thinking how great this would have been if it was on the 3DS, and I still stand by that statement because it looks beautiful on this handheld. They completely redone the graphics and 3D rendering, which really takes advantage of its layering platforms, and it has the elements that we've come to love about Donkey Kong Country, from the kart racing to, riding giant rhinos and swinging from vine to vine. If you're a newcomer to the series or an old school guy like me, then this game's right up your alley and it has something to offer for everyone who's a huge fan of platforming action. Now, there are some notable differences from the Wii version, other than, of course, the motion-based controls. You're using your 3DS, so you're not really shaking it around to do the signature ground pound of Donkey Kong, more like rubbing your fingers across X and Y, which I have no problem with. But this game does run a little slower. It's running about 30 frames compared to the Wii version that ran 60 frames per second. It's not that noticeable unless you're doing something like the kart level. You might notice a little bit of a lag, but by all means it's not broken. And most notably, the difference between this version is the difficulty. They did add a different feature to it that makes it a little easier. You can get an extra heart with Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong, and you can also visit Cranky Kong to use your banana coins to purchase some different power-ups, like saving yourself from a pitfall, adding a guard to your cart so if you hit something you don't die. Also, you can summon a barrel just randomly, so you can always get help from Diddy Kong, who is more of an aid in this game than a secondary character like he was in the original Donkey Kong Country. Kind of think of Sonic and Tails and you kind of get the idea. Now, one thing I loved about Donkey Kong Country was the soundtrack. And, they brought that whole vibe back with Donkey Kong Country Returns, with this big band vibe. One of my favorite songs on Donkey Kong Country, of course, is the underwater theme with its ambient oceanic sounds. They brought all that back in remixes, and they also made some new music as well that, just really fits this game. Not only is this probably one of the most prettiest handheld games I've played in quite some time, but the soundtrack is just so freaking cool. Now, one question you're probably asking yourself is, should I get this if I already have it on the Wii? That's up to you. It's kind of a mixed bag, with its difficulty changes and added levels. I think there's about 8 extra levels is in this, and it doesn't really feel that much different. But if you're like me and you've never played it on the Wii, you owe it to yourself to get this. This is straightforward, old school platforming with a modern engine, and it feels great. The Nintendo 3DS is a handheld powerhouse, and this is definitely a title you should have in your collection if you haven't played it already. But anyway, guys, this is Xander from Exodus Gaming Podcast. Thanks for all the likes, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.